Today I'm going to be talking to you about arranging insurances when BMI is a consideration. Now that can be either a high BMI or a low BMI. So when you're looking at life insurance, critical illness cover or income protection, it's important to know that the insurer will want to know your BMI, so that is your height to weight ratio. Now even though BMI scales are pretty outdated now, it is still something that the insurers do work by as a guide to sort of your general health, or what they think your general health is because of it. So if your BMI falls between 17 and 30, you will find life insurance, critical illness cover or income protection pretty standard to arrange across the standard insurance market. It is worthwhile still comparing because insurers do still offer insurances at different rates. But there shouldn't be a massive concern, especially if everything else in your health is hunky-dory. Once you start going towards BMIs of between 30 and 40, the insurer is going to look at your application sort of like in a bit more detail in a sense. And it could be that maybe a BMI up to 35, you may still be able to get normal terms of cover, which means a premium may stay the same as what it would be if it was lower than that BMI 30 mark. But once you start edging more towards BMI of 40, then you are probably going to start seeing some kind of a premium increase to the policy to offset the risk that the insurer sees from having the extra weight and how that could impact your health in the long run. But it is, again, at this point, very, very important to do a comparison, to use, say, a specialist broker, because insurer A may look at your BMI and decide to charge you this premium, and insurer B may look at your health and decide in your BMI and decide to charge you this premium and do that kind of an increase. And it really is a case of hit and miss as to who is going to charge what in some scenarios. So it's a good idea to go to somebody who knows what they're on about and who has seen these charts and knows what the insurers are looking for and which one is going to be the best for your circumstances. When you're starting to get up towards BMIs of between 40 and 45, then you are going to start to need to look, you can still look on the standard market potentially, but it is going to be much more of a select few providers who are actually going to be able to consider the applications. And you are more likely to see something like a premium increase to the policy. You may even need to start looking at more of a specialist provider for the cover. And then once you reach BMI of over 45, you are going to be looking at more of the specialist providers for the insurance. You may even find that you want to approach an insurer who can offer what's known as a non-medically underwritten policy. Please do forgive the terminology. I'm going to try and avoid it as much as I can because I know insurance jargon is just horrendous. But basically those policies don't ask for your medical background, and you can have them without details of your BMI causing any impact to the premium. But there are sometimes limitations to those policies. There can be limitations to the amount that you're insured for, and there can be exclusions on the claim set. There can be very specific details about premiums and how they are maintained for the long term of the life of the policy. So you really should speak to somebody and make sure that you know all the ins and outs of that policy claim sets and the rules of having it in a sense for a long time period. Another option that you could look at is something called a managed life policy. Now these policies work really well if you, say, do have a higher BMI at the moment and are intending or taking steps towards lowering your weight, because what the insurer does is they take your weight and your BMI at the moment, they give you a premium, and then they work alongside you. And if you reduce your weight, they can then potentially reduce your premium as well. So it's sort of like a multi-reward in a sense for having lost the weight. And I think that's probably the majority of things. Oh, the other thing is if you have a BMI of under 17, that sometimes can cause a little bit of concern for the insurers because they are going to want to know if there's maybe been some kind of forgive this, but potentially an eating disorder, maybe anorexia or bulimia, and they're going to want to know more details about that if that has been something in your medical history.